The Hyundai Santa Fe is one of those cars that's a 7-seater SUV, but you can't tell that it is when you look at it. It's like, where are you hiding those 2 extra seats? It's in competition with the Mazda CX-9 and Toyota Kluger, but is there as much space? And what does this new model Santa Fe have to offer that the others don't? I drove the top of the range Highlander with my family for a whole week to find out. Okay, first things first, the third row. It's hidden in the boot and it's really easy to pop the seats up. You can also push the second row down to get in here with a button, which is so useful. Kids can climb in really easily and adults will be able to climb in as well, but unless they're little like me, I'm 161 centimeters and I fit perfectly fine back here, you can push the second row forward a little bit to give more room for longer legs. My children, aged 4 and 6, absolutely loved it back here. They insisted on sitting in the third row all week. And it was just because they could actually reach things themselves. So if they dropped a toy on the floor, they could pick it up, which shows you how less leg room you'll have in this row. You'll also get your own air vents, but just with a fan, no heater, which my children felt this week because it was freezing. And you'll get 2 cup holders and a small storage space. In the second row, there is loads of room. You can actually move this row forward to give more space for rear passengers, and I was perfectly comfortable in here. You're going to want to put taller kids in this row, little kids in the back row. In the second row, you'll also get air vents with an actual heater, and you'll get 2 cup holders. All in all, remember that there's not as much room in the Santa Fe as there is in a CX-9 or a Kluger. This is more like a large mid-sizer with 2 bonus seats in the back. The front is plenty spacious enough for both me and my 185 centimeter husband. There's just a really airy feeling in the cabin. You don't feel cramped at all, and I think the sunroof has a lot to do with that. It's huge and extends right to the back of the second row. Plus, it looks good. The bit that I like the best is that it doesn't look too enormous. It's not too boxy, and it's still got some of that sleek curviness that I think is really important in an SUV. Plus, it looks quite solid, like you can take it anywhere. Inside is pretty good too. My favorite bit has to be the speedo here, which is a brand new complete digital display in bright green. It looks really cool. Plus you get a heads up display on the windscreen which shows what speed you're driving and also what the speed limit is. Audio Jungle. The interior design has also been cleaned up since the last model, which is really good to see. Everything's just been simplified, there are less buttons, and it's nice and clearly laid out. You'll also get really good storage in the front seat. You've got a big center storage bin, 2 cup holders, plus a spot to charge your phone if you've got a new one. If you don't have a new one, it's a good spot to chuck your phone and your sunnies anyway. The boot is a pretty great size when you're only using 5 seats. The space has been upped in here and it's now 547 litres. You'll pretty much fit anything in here. With all 7 seats in use, the boot looks quite small, but we were actually able to fit in 2 scooters and 2 helmets in here. So you will be able to fit things like school bags or a few grocery bags. And to be honest, the fact is that in all 7 seaters, you're never going to get a lot of room when you're using 7 seats. It's just the way 7-seaters are designed. You'll get very good at putting luggage on your roof. Technology is good. The Santa Fe comes with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which just means you can plug in your phone and be instantly connected to the main apps on your phone, like Maps and Spotify. You'll also be able to use voice control to make phone calls and dictate text messages, which is like the handiest feature ever. The sound system was good, not like super incredible, but yes, definitely good enough to turn the music up really loud and have a sing-along. What I like most about the Santa Fe is the way it drives. Yes, it's got a diesel engine, so you really do hear that chugga-chug sound that a diesel makes, but you kind of end up blocking that out. There's a 2.2 litre engine, which isn't particularly zippy or fast on the takeoff, but it's not heavy either, and the car feels solid, so I feel confident driving it around town. Even though it's on the large side, it is not too hard to park. There's a reverse parking camera to help you out, and this new Highlander model now comes with a 360-degree camera, which lets you see where you are from the top of the car. So it's really helpful if you're parking against a wall or to see how close to the curb you are. Safety is paramount when driving children around, and this new model Santa Fe comes with airbags that cover the first 2 rows and side curtain airbags that cover the 3rd row, but only up to the glass area, which actually isn't where a passenger's head would be. So think of that 3rd row as extra spare seats only. You will get all the latest, newest safety technology, like auto emergency braking and blind spot monitoring. You'll also get a feature that beeps if you've left children in the back of the car to tell you to get them out, and one that beeps if you are getting out of the driver's door onto a busy road. Is it altogether too much hand-holding for adults driving the car? Is it just too much beeping? Only time will tell. The Hyundai Santa Fe was a great family car for me this week. It drives really well, has enough power to get around on short or long trips, and I feel confident driving it. It looks good and is comfortable enough for the whole family, plus those 2 extra seats in the back are such a good addition for when you need to take extra people around with you. I gave it a family rating of 8 out of 10 because I just found it a really easy car to drive around. My children gave it an 8.5 out of 10. They love jumping into the back row. Such a novelty for them. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel or click through to our website.